Hi everybody, Simone here. Nice to see you today. I'm going to be taking this beginner's mat Pilates class, beginner's dynamic Pilates class. I'll just wait for a few of you more to join. But today we're going to be needing a few things. So you'll need your mat. You're also going to need something to stabilize yourself with. So I am going to be using this box here just to put my hand on, just because we're going to do a bit of standing stabilization work today. If you don't have a box, you can always put your hand on a wall, or you can place your hand on the back of a chair or on the couch or anything. Just something that you can place your hand on, because we're going to be doing a little bit of standing work, lifting and lowering our legs and working these stabilizing glute muscles. So if you haven't already got it, I'll give you just 30 seconds to quickly go and grab something just to place your hand on for those stabilizing exercises. But yeah, as well as that, you'll just need a mat. If it's hot where you are, you might need some water, of course some space and some energy. So, just going to double check that you can see my mat in the whole screen. It's kind of hard to tell from here. I'm just going to shift this over just a little. Okay. All right, I think that we will get started. So we're going to start standing up on our mat. Let's stand with the feet about hip distance apart. Lengthening the head up towards the ceiling. Really pull the core in and pull those ribs in. Tuck the tailbone underneath you slightly. And let's just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And as we exhale, let's relax the shoulders. Keep pulling the core in and keep pulling the ribs in. Good work. Now I'm going to move my feet just a little bit wider, about shoulder width apart. And I'm going to do an inhale, reaching the fingers up towards the ceiling. And then as I exhale, I'm going to bend the knees and I'm just going to reach and touch the floor. So a little squat here. So starting straight away, working the entire body. Inhaling to reach up high and exhaling, bending the knees and touching the floor. Good, let's do 5 more like that. If you can't touch the floor, just bend the knees as much as you can. Just keep the weight through the heels and keep the chest proud as you reach forward. Let's do 3 more. And 2. Good, 1 more everyone. Nice deep inhale and exhale, reaching for the floor. And then we're going to stand up, reach those hands up to the sky. And then from here we're going to go for a twist. So exhale, twist, reaching your left hand forward, right hand back, looking at that right hand. Inhale to reach both hands up. Exhale to twist. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. 1 more to the other side. Just some nice spinal twists here. Inhale and release those hands. Alright, let's start getting these shoulders, this upper body warmed up a little bit. And we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. So we're going to pull the shoulders up to the ears and drop them down. Alright, so we squeeze, 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 and drop. Alright, let's go for 15 of those, a little faster. We go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 more, 6 more, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Alright, you can stay doing those shrugs, or we bring the hands up to shoulder height like this. Pull the core in a little, and we're going to shrug the shoulders up to the ears and down with the hands out to the side. So we go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 more. 6, 5. Can you feel those shoulders starting to warm up? 2, 1, and relax. All right, you can stay here, you can stay here, or if you want to take it even harder, we reach the hands up towards the ceiling. From here, we pull the shoulders as high as I'll go and drop them down. Core is tight, glutes are squeezed. Let's do 15. For 1, 2. So it feels a little weird, but you're still really getting into these shoulders. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Give me 3 more, 2 more, 1, and relax. Good job, everyone. Hands down by your side. Give those shoulders a bit of a roll. Give the neck a bit of a wiggle from side to side. And then we're going to get, just before we do this glute stabilizing work, we're just going to get a little more into our upper back. So we're going to bring the hands forward in front of us, palms facing down. And we're going to start by squeezing the elbows back. Now try and have those elbows at shoulder height. I pull the elbows almost like I'm trying to squeeze and touch them behind my back, and then I reach forward. So I go squeeze and reach. Good. We go for 1, 2. So we're starting to get into these upper back muscles. And if you've been at a desk all morning, maybe hunched over a computer, then these back muscles start to lengthen and become a little weak. So we're trying to strengthen them up, pull them back a little to help with your posture. 5 more. 4 more. Give me 3. And 2. Last one. And relax. Okay, you can continue with that exercise, or we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. We're going to have the arms nice and straight, and we're going to bring them out to the side of the body. From here, we're going to squeeze the hands back in our shoulder retraction. This means ribs stay pulled in, core is tight. So we're not arching or pressing the chest forward. We pull the hands back behind us, and then they come forward a few inches. So we go for 1, for 2, 3, 4. You can always go back to those bent arm ones if this gets a little too much. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do 10 more. 9 more. Good. 8. Try not to bring the hands too far forward. Keep them back. Good. For 5. For 4. Keep those hands at shoulder height. 2. Now squeeze and relax. Nice work, everyone. Give those arms a bit of a swing. Maybe give those shoulders an extra roll. Give that neck an extra wiggle. And we're going to move on to some lower body. So before we do our stabilizing work, let's do some squats just to get these legs nice and warmed up. And I'm just going to start with some hip circles as well. So hands are on the hips, standing up nice and tall. And let's just draw some big circles with the hips. We draw a big circle 3 times. 2. And 1. Other direction. We go 3. And 2. And 1. And then we'll just start with some squats. So my feet are about shoulder width apart here. And I'm going to reach down to the floor of my squats. So remember in the warm-up where we reached up and then we touched the floor? I'm going to be squatting and touching the floor here as well. So weight in the heels, my bum pushes back behind me, I squat down low and I touch the floor with my fingertips and then come to stand. So if I did this from the side, you can see I'm keeping my chest proud, my back nice and straight as I squat down and I lift up. Okay, so let's go. We're not going to be here for too long. Inhaling and exhaling. If this is a little easy, you can add a pulse, and lift, maybe 2, maybe even 3 pulses. Just make sure that you're keeping those knees over those toes or turned out over those toes. Your weight is in your heels, your core is tight, and your back is straight. No hunching forward. You don't have to touch the floor. You can always keep the hands at the hips or in front of the chest like this. Wherever you are, we go for 5 more. 4. Nearly there, everyone. Let's do 3 more. and 2. Now let's try for 10 pulses or continue. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Good work, everyone. Give those legs a good shake. Give those hips a bit of a wiggle. And we're going to go into some glute stabilizing work today. So, I'm grabbing my box. You might have the back of a chair, or you might just be putting your hand on a wall, or just whatever is there for you, as long as you've just got your fingertips on something. Now we're just resting the hand on it, we're not gripping for dear life, so it's just here for our stability. Now I'm starting on the right leg, which means my right foot is going to be the one that is standing and my left leg is the one that is moving. So I'm going to shift my weight over into my right foot so that my left leg just hovers off the floor. So my left leg's just about an inch off the floor here. My right knee is a little soft. It's not bent, but it's not locked out either. So just a soft knee here. And from here, we're going to bring the leg out to the side and down. So our left leg just reaches out and in like this. Almost like we're doing a side-lying leg lift, but standing. And you'll feel it in the standing leg. Now your foot, have a look at it, should be parallel to the floor. I don't want any toes turning up towards the ceiling here. Really lengthen the head up towards the ceiling here. And we're going for another 8. You might start to feel that leg warming up already on the right. 5, 4, really push into that right heel for 3, 2, last one, and relax. Good, give those legs a bit of a wiggle if you need. You can continue with those singles. We're going to do a set with some double ones. So leaning into that right foot, left heel lifts off the floor, left foot lifts off the floor. You can always bring the left foot down at any time, by the way. We lift, pulse, in. If you don't want to do that, just stick with the singles. Otherwise, we go for 9 more. 8 more. 7. You can have a rest at any time. You can shake off that standing leg. 5. Keep the core tight. 4. 3. Almost there. I can feel my right glute really burning. 2. We're doing 1 more. And then continue, or we're going to lift and hold it there. Hold, hold, hold. Let's see if we can do 10 pulses, 9 pulses, 8, 7. The higher you lift, the harder it'll be. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, and relax. Good work, everyone. Give that standing leg a really good shake off. Give those hips a little bit of a wiggle side to side. And let's roll this right ankle 3 times in each direction. So we go 3, 2, 1, other way, 3, 2, 1. Good, and let's do our standing pigeon stretch. So hand can stay here on the wall or on your chair. We bring the right foot over that left knee and we sink down into a pigeon stretch like this. All right, make sure this right foot is flexed. Press the hips back, reach forward with the chest. Nice deep breaths here. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. Okay, you're going to turn around, or if you've got a chair, we're going to bring it to the other side of the body. So we're going to do all of that on the left. Now, before we do that, we're just going to do a couple more squats here. Let's just do 5 normal squats just to reset these glutes a little. So, just the reaching for the floor ones. 5 of these. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Good job. Okay. Back over to our object. My hands on the box. Remember, our left knee is the one that's going to be, so our left knee is nice and soft. We're pushing into our left leg. The right heel hovers off the floor. All right, stand up nice and tall, pull the core in. We lift that right leg up towards the sky and down. I can still feel my right glutes working a little here, but don't worry, you'll definitely start to get it in that left leg in a second. Just keeping that knee on the left soft, pressing into the heel. So I'm keeping my right foot hovered the entire time, but if you need to step down and have a shake off at any time, do go for it. So we're doing our glute work standing up today, just for a change. Let's do 5 more, 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Give those hips a little shake if you need. Continue with the singles, or we do double pulses. So shifting back into the left foot, right heel lifts or right foot lifts, and we lift that right foot up, pulse, pulse, and in. 10 of those in total. You can always just do singles. You can shake it off at any time. Keep that core tight, keep the knees soft. We've got 6 more to go. Again, keep those feet parallel to each other, so don't let those toes start turning up towards the ceiling here. Almost there. 3, 2. Now let's lift. Oh, sorry, 1 more. Now we lift. Hold it there. We go for 10 pulses. 9, 8. You can continue with regular ones if you like, but we're going for 5 more pulses. 4 more. 3, 2, squeeze, and relax. Good way, everyone. Give those legs a good shake. Give those hips a bit of a wiggle. And let's give that ankle on the left side a bit of a roll 3 times in each direction. 3, 2, 1. Other way. 3, 2, 1. Standing pigeon stretch here, so pen can stay on your wall or your chair to help you. We bring the left foot over the right knee, flex that left leg, or flex that left foot, and sink back into your hips. So stretching through the hip here, into that glute. This side is very sore today, so I can definitely feel these stretches. And let's breathe and hold for 3, for 2, 1, and up. Good job, everyone. If you had some equipment, we're going to move it to the side, and we're all going to come down onto our mat on all fours. So I'm going to roll down. So I'm just going to stand up, nice and tall, tuck my chin to my chest, and roll down 1 vertebrae at a time until my hands come to the floor and I walk out onto all fours. I'll take my stopwatch off there so it's not hanging down. Okay, from here we're going to do a few cat and cow stretches. So we're going to inhale to look up towards the ceiling and arch the back, and then going to exhale to round. So now that we've got the lower body working, so keep going with these cat and cows at your own time, inhaling to look up and exhaling to round. We're going to start really working into the core and the upper body now. Good, let's just do 2 more in each direction. Really lifting the core as we round, really tucking that tailbone underneath you. And let's do 1 more, inhaling to look up. And exhaling to round. Coming to a neutral spine, if you need to, you can shake those wrists off a little. We're going to do what's called a kneeling position or a 4-point hover to an elephant stretch. So I'm going to show you the easier version first, and then we can make it a little bit more challenging. So we're here on all fours, and I want you to tuck the toes underneath you. From here, here, lift the core. We're going to press back into an elephant stretch. Reach from those heels to the floor. So you might get a nice stretch through the backs of the legs. You can bend the knees a little and focus on pushing the chest towards the legs here. Now 2 options here. We're going to come back to just an all-fours position, knees on the floor, or you can come back to a 4-point hover, keeping the knees hovered off the floor here. So we press back to an elephant stretch, and then forward to a 4-point hover. If you're coming to a 4-point hover, gaze in front of the fingers, lifting the core, hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. We press back for our inhale and come forward for our exhale. Inhaling and exhaling. Now if you want to take it up even further, we walk the hands forward a little in our elephant stretch, and then we come forward to a plank position. So we press back to an elephant stretch, and then forward to a plank. So you've got those 3 options: to a plank, to a 4-point hover, or just back onto all fours. Let's go for 3 more. 2, and then continue, or we're going to see if we can come to a plank and hold it there. So rolling forward to your plank, looking in front of those fingertips, core is lifted, glutes are squeezed, hold for 10, 9, you can be continuing if you like, or in your 4-point hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down. Sinking the heels back towards, sinking the bum back towards the heels, forehead to the mat. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. 1 more inhale and exhale. Slowly roll up. Give those shoulders a bit of a roll. You can interlace the hands behind you for a quick stretch. So really interlace those fingers behind the back, press the hands down and away, and open up through the chest. Let's breathe and hold for 3. You give the neck a wiggle if you need to. 2 and 1. Okay, everyone, we're going to come to lie down on our mat next. I'm just going to straighten up my mat a little. So we're going to come to lie on the mat. So you can bring the feet out in front of you and just roll down or come down however is comfortable, maybe with the hands behind the thighs or hands reaching forward. And we just roll all the way down onto the mat. Now I'm going to be going through some scissor kick exercises here, and you can just stick with whatever level you're comfortable with, but I'm going to start easy, get a little harder with each set of 10. And you can just stay at whichever set you prefer. So, first things first, we're going to lift those legs up to tabletop. Pause, pushing down into the mat, so press that lower back into the mat. I want an imprinted spine today, and then we extend the legs up to the sky. The knees can be a little bit bent, like this, or they can be completely straight. I don't mind. From here, we're going to go for some single leg drops to begin. So we drop our right foot down to the floor, as low as you can, and lift. Let's do 9 more. 8. 7. Really testing our core strength here. Keeping that lower back still and pressing into the mat. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2. And 1. Okay, hug it in for a second. You can stay there, or we're going to change it up to some scissor kicks. So, legs extend up overhead. We drop our right leg down, and then we swap straight away so the left leg comes down. So we go 10 of these on each side. So that's 10, 9. Keep that lower back pressing down. Just go as low as you can. Let's go for 6. 5, 4 more, 3 more, 2, and 1. Good, okay. You can stay at that level, or we're going to make things even more challenging. We're going to add a little reach forward and a hand pulse as well. So, legs are over here. You can either have the hands behind the head and just hold it here. Otherwise, we're going to reach the hands forward, almost like we're going into our 100s. So we reach those fingers forward. My gaze is looking up towards my knees, a nice gap between my chin and my chest, using these upper abdominals. And we go down with one leg, down with the other leg. And I'm going to pump my hands now a time. So I go pump, 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 pump. I feel like my legs are going to naturally pulse here as well. So we go for 10. Reaching those fingers as far forward as you can. You can do one of those other 2 options if you like. Breathing. I like to inhale and exhale. 6 more. You don't have to pulse the leg. I'm just naturally doing it somehow. 4 more. I can feel my core really working. 2. Now we're going to try for 5 pulses on each side. Are you ready? Continue, or we pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and swap. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hugging it in. Nice work, a nice core challenge to finish us off today. Have a bit of a rock side to side. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe you want to reach those arms up overhead and extend the legs out nice and long. Just take a couple of deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we're going to go for a spinal twist here. So right leg comes into tabletop, grab the knee with the left hand and pull it across the body. My right arm is extended and I'm looking towards my right fingers. And let's just take a couple of deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's swap sides. So right leg extends, left leg in, and let's draw it across the body for our spinal twist. And I'm going to extend that left arm nice and long and look towards those left fingertips. Couple of nice deep breaths here as well. Inhaling and exhaling. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently coming back into the center. Let's roll ourselves over to the side. Gently press ourselves up. We're going to come to stand up for a final stretch. So we'll have a nice fold forward, stretching down through the hamstrings. So standing with the feet about shoulder width apart, maybe slightly wider if you're a little less flexible. We're going to reach the fingers up overhead. And then we're going to keep the legs straight as we bring the fingers to the floor and just folding forward. My head is reaching for the floor. And from here I'm going to crawl over to the right leg and just get a nice stretch down through the hamstring. If you can't touch the floor, just bring the legs a bit wider. And just breathe and hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull back to the middle and over to the left. Just having a nice stretch down through the left side now. Nice deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the middle. Nice big stretch down. And then slowly rolling yourself up. Good. Shoulders up to the ears. Back and down. And then give those shoulders a bit of a roll one way, then the other way. Give those those hands a bit of a shake. Give each leg a bit of a shake. Give those hips an extra wiggle. And give yourselves a big clap. Thank you very much for joining me today for this Pilates session. I hope you really felt those glutes working and all that standing work we did. I hope you felt that core working in that last little core series. And I hope you enjoyed this session. We did work everything today. We did the upper back, we did a bit of chest and shoulders in the plank. We did our core and our glutes. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in your next